Hello? Can you see me? I don't know. I hope you guys can. Nothing's working as it did when I practiced. Of course. Isn't that the way it goes? I'm going to see if I can get it to work for us. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to check and see.
Hello.
You have to love technology. Can you see me? Can you actually see a person, or can you just see my hands, Elkie? Tell me. Let me see if I can get this to work the way I set it up, because isn't that how it goes, right? Okay. Hands. Okay. Hang on. There's a way for me to hopefully make it go to both. We shall see if it actually works. Just a minute. I'm going to see if I can make it work if you'll bear with me. I'm so sorry. Well, at least you guys can see my hands, right? Now if I can just get things to cooperate so you can see my face too, that'd be awesome. Maybe I'm going to have to start out with just my hands. Because if I take this thing off, it's going to give you a headache. Just a second. Hang on a minute, y'all. See? I had it all set up. I got my Christmas tree. I'm ready. And of course, things don't cooperate. But thank you guys for joining me, Janine and Elkie and Yolanda. Two of you I know. Yolanda, you're new for me, but I'm happy to get to know you. So I wanted to have my face be part of this. Yeah, see my little tree? It actually has these ornaments from my grandmother, which I love. There's only that many left, so I put them on this tiny little tree so I get to enjoy them, and hopefully there'll never be a cat that kills my very, very old ornaments from my grandmother. So, all right, I'm going to try to put my phone back on the stand so I can show you guys what I'm going to make tonight, and then hopefully I'm going to figure out why my connection didn't work like it did when I practiced. Gotta love that. So bear with me while I turn this around. In fact, I might cover up the camera so I don't give you a headache. That was my whole goal before. So 1 minute. All right, you guys. You're good to me. Hopefully this works out okay. All right. We'll just do the hands for tonight. I have to come up with face pictures next time. But I'm glad you can hear me because I don't know what the heck happened. Let's see. Let me show you what I'm going to make. It's right here. So, this card is super simple. And you could probably make it in like 5 minutes. That's one of the reasons why. Thank you, Yolanda. That's very kind of you. I might have a little bit of a delay if I answer your comments delayed. Bear with me. But this card took me probably 5 minutes to make, and that was important for me to come up with because I haven't even started my Christmas cards. I know, that's terrible. I'm going to have to work on that. So I thought I maybe would make this one. For a lot of them anyway. So let me get started. I am starting with this really pretty festive farmhouse paper, and it is in the holiday catalog right now. I'm going to cut that. I just realized I don't have my cutter. I am going to cut that at, oh, it might help if it weren't upside down, huh? I'm going to cut that at 3.75 inches by 5, which I think always makes kind of a nice oh, what do you call it? Border, where you can see some of the paper more than if I do it tighter. I don't know what you guys think about that. Yes, I love the Farmhouse DSP. It's like truly one of my favorites this year. It's got lots of different good rustic colors. Just a mossy meadow on the back, but this one's cherry cobbler base. All right, so then let me cut the white actually while I've got that here. Let me set that aside. And then, so the next layer I have underneath that is Whisper White. And that one's just a tiny bit larger, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So let's do that. Let's see, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Who else is like me? Oh, me too, Janine. Love the paper. Who else is like me and has not either started their Christmas cards or maybe has like 1 or 2 done? Elkie, this is the Stampin' Up! Cutter. I love this one because it's got like a nice wide opening and it still has the piece that kind of comes out. So I like that. It even has a stand on the back where you can make sure this stays up. Like, you know how sometimes they go down? Janine, you haven't started. Just like me, see? I know what we'll be working on at that next scrapbook retreat we're going to in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, I agree. Christy. Hi, Christy. I agree. I love this trimmer. It's even got a little place where you can hold things. I've got extra blades. Oh. And this thing comes out, as you can see. That's meant to happen, by the way, because then you can switch them out for if they get worn out eventually, the track. So anyway, so I've got my 2 pieces there. Super simple. And then I got some crumb cake here. And I'm just going to do that one. Essentially, I'm cutting this in half. I believe that, let me just get my information right. It might be a Hallmark Christmas card. Yes. Okay, I'm cutting this at 4.5 by 11. Let's see, or 4 1/4, not 4.5. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's funny, Janine, because 2 years ago I never got them done, and I did one of those things where I ordered all my like a picture card instead of doing them. Also, the Stampin' Up! Cutter has the scoring thing. It's this, I don't know what you call it, taupey colored part is for scoring and the darker one is for cutting. So I'm gonna go ahead and score that right in half, which makes it pretty easy. All right, I think I'm done with the cutting, so I can move the trimmer out of the way. Elkie, you want a trimmer? Well, I can get you one if you want one. Are you going to any scrapbook retreats soon, Elkie? Am I going to see you? I don't know when I'm going to see you. You're sold. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, let me move all the extra stuff out of the way. So that's all there is to the paper on that part. But now we've got to do, let me leave this here so you can see it. Oh, I'm not going to see you. Okay. Well, we'll have to figure out when we're going to go together. So I got to do now the black background and then this. So let's do the stamping next, actually. I've got a couple of pieces of white that I just had. I keep my scraps. I don't know how you guys do it, but I'll show you what I do. I actually keep my scraps like in a package so that I can find them really close. Oh, in March. Are you going to the Scrap Cabana in March? Because then I'll sign up for March so I see you. Because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I keep all my scraps in there so that I can grab something really quick and use it for stuff like this. If I'm just going to need to stamp something quick. So the stamp I'm using is actually something that was in our annual catalog. Didn't want to forget to send some love over to the annual catalog, even though I love all the stuff in the holiday catalog. And there's lots of great ones that go with this because there's a tag punch that matches it. So it makes it a super easy thing to use. And I like it too because it's got that to from, so I can make tags with this too. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll be sure to sign up for March. So there was a Halloween option, and I'm going to use the Christmas one, but you could also use this and put it in the bordered one, which would be great. And I'm using Cherry Cobbler since that's the color of the paper. So, always with the Stampin' Up! Ones, you just need to tap, tap, tap. They have some very juicy ink pads. Oh, has that got a mark on it? There we go. That was nice and crooked. Good thing I'm using a punch. Doesn't matter when it's crooked when you're going to punch it out, right? Alright, so I got to line that up good. And there we go. That's all there is for the stamping on that one. So we'll close that and set it aside. And now for the black part, what do I do with my black? Here we go. I have more of, I grabbed a couple of my things from my little stash of scraps. And we're going to have to do some cutting with the Big Shot for this. Move that so I don't get it all over. Oh yes, the Everyday Label Punch. Thank you, Christy. I should remember the names better than I do sometimes, I tell you. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. My very loved plates. They've been well used. And I am using the Stitched Shapes framelits. And if I were ever to recommend getting a set of framelits, this has to be one of my all-time favorites for a very long time now. And you might notice I use those magnets to kind of keep them on. I've got magnets that I cut from those covers you put over your heating vents. I just cut some up to fit. But these things are awesome because they really give just basic circles and oval, square, whatever, an extra little something something. Oh my gosh, Janine, you gotta use your Big Shot. It's the best tool ever. I don't know how I did crafting without it, truly. So I'm putting that down. Generally, that's the best way to go when you're gonna use your sandwich. You wanna do a plate, and then the paper, and then this. Sometimes there could be reasons why you might do it upright. I've seen people do that. And by the way, I don't have the newest plates for the Big Shot. One of these days I'm going to get it. But they do have one that has a different set of layers. So we will run that through. And you got so much cute stuff, Janine. You got to use it. You got to use your Big Shot. Alright, so see that comes out with the extra nice detail of the stitching. I hope you guys can see that. I hope I'm getting that in the thing, in my lighting. So I love that. I need to warn everyone, there is always a chance that I will have a cat jump up. I never know when to expect it. I'm just letting everyone know in case it happens. All right. So we got those pieces done, and I got my paper. So you see it's coming together really simple. Now, the fun stuff, I think, is this thing. I love, love, love the chicken wire elements. This is in the holiday catalog, and I've already cut into this for a couple of things, but you know what's cool too? Think about all the ways you could probably use this stuff. Like put it on an edge. Like if you cut it and you put it on an edge. I'm thinking I need to make a card like that at some point. So you don't even want to throw away your leftover bits. You could find a way to use them. But so it comes with that. Let me move my extra pieces and you just take it out. And I cut this in, I think it was, wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. I cut it at 3.5 by 1 inches for this card. So I do need my cutter again. I was mistaken when I said I didn't need it. Let me grab it. So we'll do 3.5 by 1 inch. I'll just do the 1 inch here. And then 3.5. And you kind of have to decide, well, do I want like a semi-unfinished edge? I feel like when you're going for the rustic look, it doesn't really matter. It's going to look good either way. So there's that. And then there's the pretty ribbons. I have the black satin, what is it? The 1/2 inch black satin ribbon. And then this pretty stuff that was also in the holiday catalog. It is the festive, what was this called? Striped burlap trim, my bad. Striped burlap trim. And I just cut those, I'm gonna use my ribbon scissors just because it'll be easier. I kind of eyeballed it really. And then I can always cut off more if I'm not quite right. And that might be a little short. Try again. Use it on another project, right? Who does that? Do you keep all your stuff somewhere? Save it? Actually made a card recently from stuff I cut a year ago. I was like, wow, glad I kept it. All right, now it's time to put it all together. So if you were doing this faster than I am, which you would be, if you weren't so chatty like I am, you could see, you'd get it put together nice and quick. All right, we're just gonna put this on, my white. All right. Okay, and then I decided to do a single layer on those because I did pop up the circle with some dimensional pop dots. They're called dimensionals here at Stampin' Up. So that way it wouldn't be too thick for sending. All right. I hope my head's not getting in your way. It is, isn't it? Sorry. All right, so then the way I did this, I just eyeballed it, but I went ahead and put just a little bit of the adhesive there, and then I put this on it. And even if it's a little crooked, I think it's okay. Like it works to be that way. And I did another layer with the black. And then another layer with this. And I want that one to go kind of the same direction. All right. And then I've got the dimensionals to put on the back. It's not, wait, what did I say? I forget what I said that you're saying it's not too. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what the problem whenever it's like a delayed comment thing. Or it could just be me. Totally possible. Alright, we'll put that there. That's a little crookedy, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay, and, oh, my head's not in the way. Thank you. Good. I thought maybe it was. So the last little thing are these awesome metallic pearls. They actually came with gold and silver in the pack. And I'm going to use the super cool tool that we have available now, whose name is fleeting me. Of course. I could look it up. Maybe I will. Let me put these on. You could put these pearls on any way you like. I have a tendency to stay in threes. I don't know where I learned that, but I always heard that's the way to keep it appealing to the eye. So, and I have to get this name of the tool because it's going to bug me if I don't. What is it called? It's a very handy little thing. Think I'll find it quick enough? Probably not. Well, that's it, actually. See how quick that was? So I don't know if you have that stamp set. Of course, you could get it, and you probably could get it in time to still make the cards by Christmas. But even if you didn't have that exact one, you could probably make something really similar if you had one like it. Where is that tool? Anybody watching remember the name of this? Because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't find it. Anybody? Anybody? Probably not. I won't find it. I want the cutter. Pick a tool. Thank you, Christy. Take your pick tool. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. And it's in the holiday catalog. I thought maybe, but I couldn't remember. So, nonetheless. Well, that is it. Let me see if I can get this down without making you get a headache, because that's always my goal. And turn it around. 1 minute. There. So that's it. Think you guys can make that? You could make that, right? Right? So I'm going to try to do this every Monday, preferably with the not having the problems I had at the beginning. That's my goal. We'll see if it happens. And I appreciate you guys joining. I hope you'll come back. I'll keep trying to come up with some fun stuff to show you, and maybe like new things we can learn together. And if you're ever wanting to craft along with me, that's cool too. I've certainly watched some people's videos where I'm crafting away. So, all right, that's it for tonight. So thank you for joining. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, and Elkie, and Christy, and Janine. I appreciate all of you saying that. I was kind of nervous. I'm like zero problems talking to anybody, but I knew I'd have something go wrong. Not the way it is. So I'll have to figure out why that happened. So, anyway, I'll let you guys get back to your time, and hopefully I will see you guys next Monday. Bye-bye.